daily study. And we are still covering Positive Mitzvah 109, which is the mitzvah of the mikvah. And it's the laws of the mikvah. So if someone wants to become pure or to purify a vessel, etc., then they are to immerse in a mikvah. A mikvah being a gathering of water, and that has in Jewish practice a specific meaning of at least 40 sa of water, which we talked about yesterday. I wanted to read just a little bit from Sefer HaMitzvos here, and I just want to point out too, this is the second volume. We are about halfway through the second volume here, so we're 3/4 of the way, as far as I can estimate, through our daily Sefer HaMitzvos study. All right, so Positive Mitzvah 109. The source of the commandment of mikvah is God's statement in Leviticus 15, chapter 16, which says he must immerse his entire body in water. The Jewish traditions regarding this explain that the phrase his entire body teaches that there must be enough water to cover his entire body. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. All right. This is the minimum size of a mikvah, unless the water is from a spring, in which case there is no minimum amount practically. Even spring water needs to be 40 sa, as explained in the laws which deal with this mitzvah. The water can be collected as rainwater, with the exception of the zav, because the zav, the Torah says, must immerse in spring water. And we've talked about the zav previously. If you've been tracking along, then that might be interesting information for you. Otherwise, incidental. So, I wanted to incidental for this discussion. I wanted to kind of use that statement here. Hello. Wanted to use that statement here about the needing to immerse the entire body to make an observation, a spiritual observation regarding the mikvah. Because I think if we just talk about the physical practices of the mikvah, it's not it doesn't really encapsulate what's going on with the mikvah, because the mikvah is a very spiritual experience. When one goes into the mikvah and immerses themselves, they are to immerse everything, including even the tip of their pinky must be immersed, or else it is not a valid immersion. When a woman goes to the mikvah, she does so with an attendant, and the attendant looks and makes sure that even her hair, every piece of hair, is completely immersed in the pool. Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan, of blessed memory, he said a statement that I don't have the book on me to be able to quote it at the moment exactly, but Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan describes the mikvah as if you're entering. It's like entering the womb. I learned from another friend of mine Ami, that the mikvah being 40 seah, 40 is the gematria for the letter mem, and um, 40 is also, which the mem kind of has a mystical connotation of the womb, and the 40 reflects also the 40. Hello, 40 represents the 40 weeks of a gestation for pregnancy. So when one enters into the water, um, it's as if they are into the spiritual womb, so to speak. They've completely cut themselves off from any air or anything that's going to um, sustain them. So they've put themselves entirely in the trust of Hashem. When they emerge from the pool, Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan, not not some Christian theologian by any means, refers to this as a rebirth, and it's not just a rebirth that one does through conversion to some any religion that would have immersion as part of it. There's more than one. Um, the uh, the the rebirth happens, for instance, for a woman, as often as she goes for her purification after her state of nida, and a man can experience this as often as he goes. I don't think I'm going to go into too much on that, but the mikvah for sure is most most touches us in a necessary way. Nowadays, without the temple, we encounter it most uh, clearly in through family purity and a wife immersing